Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Lucky number 93. Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. I'm so excited and happy that you're here. This is Roundtable number 93, which is a lie because it's really more like 260 something of these for sure. And I'm excited to have you here because we have a big, giant show for you. We have a big show. We sure do. That's right. Melba Moore. Melba Moore is a Tony winner. She won a Tony for Pearly, and she went on to be in Hair on Broadway, and she did such an amazing job of being an incredible R&B and disco singing icon. She has the Guinness Book of World Records for holding the longest note on recorded music. So Melba Moore is here. I haven't had her on the show in a long time. She was on years ago. And then we also have the one and only Miss Robbie from Sweetie Pies on OWN. She's 84. She was a background singer for Tina Turner, and she's going to tell you about her new song and what's next to come for the city of St. Louis and all things that are Miss Robbie. And we're here. Hi, Connor. How you doing? Welcome to the show. I'm so excited for you all to be here. Did you have a good week? This was a long week, but guess what? As a teacher, it is President's Weekend starting tonight, folks. Tonight is President's Weekend for me. So I'm off and I'm ready to take the day off tomorrow. Hi, Christine. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm so excited for you to be here. We have a really fun show for you tonight. So welcome to the party. Good. I'm happy you're good, Connor. Stay well. Yes. All righty. So you ready? Shall we do it? Let's do it. I'm ready to do it. You step into my life. I got this. I have her music just stuck in my head. Melba Moore. We can review. So I told you all that last week we were going to my Aunt Fran's house. And my Aunt Fran is a cook. Like my mom cooks, we all can cook, but my aunt throws down in the kitchen. So I snuck some pictures. Don't tell anyone. That's my mom. Shh. Don't tell anyone that next week is my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday is Thursday. So she's turning 40. So we have this proof of my Aunt Fran's dinner event. And it is, yeah, see, Connor. So here's some, Hi, Aunt Fran. Here's Aunt Fran. Here we go. So what we have here is we have the sisters. There they are. They're cooking in my Aunt Fran's house. So there's my Aunt Fran. So there's only 5 of us, right? So she put out this antipasta tray, and then this is incomplete because there's another bowls that go here, and then there was an octopus bowl too, and then those are sandwiches, and then she made this chicken parm bread, and then she made this and that, and all this stuff, and then she made a lasagna for 155 people. This lasagna, like this big. And then next to the lasagna for 155 people is this, which was a pork loin, which she made like a Thanksgiving. Like it had like dressing, or some would say stuffing and cranberry sauce and all this stuff in it, right? And then she made the sides, which was meatballs and ribs and braciole and all of this stuff, right? So she gets this cooking started. And we have half a lasagna for Darius. Hi, Darius. We have a lasagna for him, like this much lasagna. Thank God we have a freezer chest downstairs. He's going to go back to Detroit. He will feed the entire Detroit Lions. This much. I love my mom. It's the cutest thing ever. So then my aunt then makes desserts from scratch. She doesn't just get a Betty Crocker box. She doesn't buy the Duncan Hines little thing. No, she made this apple banana cake. She made this flourless chocolate cake. She made these brownies. And then this over here, back there, is a cheesecake from scratch that's up there, right? So she makes brownie. Listen to this. She takes a box of brownie mix, the good one, and she puts it on the bottom. And she puts like all walnuts and fun things in there, maybe money, maybe I don't know, no money, but all fun things in there. And then she lays Ghirardelli chocolate bars, the healthy version. She lays Ghirardelli chocolate bars down flat on top of that. And then she puts another box of brownies. And then she cooks that. That's like the appetizer dessert. And then she takes this chocolate cheesecake out. So we have all this food here. Darius, when you get here this weekend, look, my sister-in-law says she's still full from Aunt Fran's dinner. We're still full. So my mom says I'm cute. Yes, my mans. We were just talking about Christina. Here's the question. Yes, all that's for 5. That's for 5 people, Christine. You should have come with Judy. We were talking on the pre-show. Christina Bannon's going on vacation, so have a safe flight. Christina, you took Sean's last name. Was it controversial? Did people get on you about it? You know, was it a decision you were just like, he is the cutest man ever. He is the sweetest man. He is just my little heart, and I need to be Christina Bannon. Or because we were joking about that before. It's the greatest honor to do that for somebody. And I understand people who don't, but it really moves me. Hi, everyone. Hi, David. The show is here, David. We are the show, David. Speaking of family, look at you. Talking of her man. Talking about Sean Bannon, my brother. Look at Sean Bannon here, and look at me. So this is Sean. This is me. That's my goddaughter, Angelina, the older goddaughter. She's going to be 22. Don't ask. This is Anthony, her twin brother. And this is my cousin, Michael, who's wearing a shirt with all of our cousins' faces on it. My aunt pulled out pictures. And I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh, see, Connor makes me boo-hoo. I can't handle it tonight. I'm too emotional about it. I love that picture. That's my brother. So here is the Hawthorne Pride Alliance had hosted a Valentine's Day dance, and I was lucky enough to be a part of it. And here's the committee and the people. There's Mike, and there's my mom who came with me, and all the people that were the committee at the Valentine's Day. I hope you had a wonderful Valentine's Day yesterday. I hope you had a blast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you ate and loved. And even if you took yourself on a date, even if you just popped in a Hungry Man dinner, I hope you took a moment for yourself. They were very nice, the Hawthorne Pride Alliance. They gave Darius and me a cake to celebrate our engagement. They were very sweet. So thank you for including us into your event. And it was an honor to be able to be a part of it. And then we went over to the infamous Sean and Christina are here. So we went to Sean and Christina's house, where they also had too much food, because they got 106 sandwiches and then 106 buffalo wings, and then they got 106 appetizers, and then we ate Aunt Fran's leftovers. So by the time we were done, good for you, Connor. You buy yourself chocolate. You take yourself out on a date. You have a good old time. Oh, the original Bannon is here, my father. You buy yourself chocolate and take good care of yourself. You got to love yourself before you can love somebody else. Can I get an amen up in here? Yes, see? She's a crazy. She throws too much food too. Way too much food. I was stuffed. I literally said, when you come here this weekend, D, I'm going to be 20 pounds heavier. So it's their fault, not my fault. So yeah, all that fun stuff happened for sure. Here's their Super Bowl extravaganza. There's Sean. He'll kill me for that picture. There's Christina. There's my dad. There's Mike's leg. There's Mike's leg. Yeah. Maybe I should tell them I'm taking the picture next time. Okay, and then today was the 1,000th day of school for my 5th graders, and here's my 5th grade team: me, Miss Delgado, Miss Klein, Miss Fuentes, Miss Gomez, and Miss Morrow. We all wore our 1,000 day of school shirts. See, I still have 1,000 days. Yep. Okay, we did that wrong. Let's go. So it was a good week, and that means it's time for the shame.
'Cause I'm shameless.
Well, I'm excited to be able to sing for you all coming up February 25th. If you want to, oh, David can see. You're here, David. See, I told you I was here. I'm still here. Amen. That's a good show from the 70s. So 80s. How much fun is it to be able to be on the Broadway Podcast Network? These chats will be up on the Broadway Podcast Network as well, just FYI. Thank you to everyone who bought your tickets to come see me February 25th. We're pretty much sold out. We're over the amount of people we should be, so they're kind of gone. But there'll be more. And speaking of more, they just went on sale. I think today I got the email that my Pride playlist of this year, June 14th, 9:30. Get your tickets, 54below.org. Go to robertbannon.com, and the link is right there, and you can get your tickets. It is going to be the biggest party yet. It's the biggest show I've ever done. Less guests, more music, bigger songs, all diva anthems. Tickets are available, and if you use the code Bannon5, you can get your tickets before they get announced on social media and on 54below.com.org. So get your tickets, because June 14th, save the date, write it down. June 14th, 9:30, Friday night, party night. Ooh. It will be a big month. Big month. You got that, Christine. See, Christine's going to get her. Yes, David. Come, David. Come on up. Party. Let's go. It's going to be a big old party. So I appreciate you all so much. Go to robertbannon.com for all the information. Yes, Connor, you should come. Let's go. It's a party. And it's time now for Hey, Friend. Hey, are you ready? Here we go.
I'll be there for you. How you doing?
I didn't do a hot take, because after the pre-show, I was going to talk about last names, but I was like, let's just take the personalness out. Let's just keep your opinions to yourself tonight. Next week, we will have a hot take wishing Mama Rose's birthday party. Hot take. That's what we're going to do. So our Hey Friend Hey goes out to Melissa Manchester. So Melissa Manchester did a show that I started on called Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails, which I loved so much. It was such a wonderful time when she came on the show to just talk to us about COVID life. It was in the middle of COVID, and we love Melissa Manchester so much. And then Melissa Manchester came on this show on the episode where we had Michael Feinstein, and she was talking about an album called Review. Well, today is Melissa Manchester's birthday, so happy birthday to Melissa Manchester. And also, we have her new album is out, and it's called Review, and it comes out tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you would like to listen to her take on all of her classics, she's doing all of her songs all over again, but with new arrangements, new videos, the new thing. It's called Review. It's out tomorrow. The cover is gorgeous. Her dress is gorgeous. She is dressed in David Joseph design, who also designs for our guest tonight, Melba Moore. And I figured that we might as well do a little something for Melissa Manchester. Good golly. For Melissa Manchester, here's a clip of Melissa Manchester singing during COVID in 2020 when she first came on this show before we were the Roundtable. And here she is singing a little something that she's redoing on Review.
Well, hello there, good old friend of mine. You've been reaching for yourself for such a long time. There's so much to say, No need to explain, just an open door for you to come in from the rain. It's a long road when you're all alone, and someone like you will always choose the long way home. There's no right or wrong, I'm not here to blame. I just want to be the one to keep you from the rain, from the rain, from the rain. And it looks like sunny skies now that I know you're alright. Time has left us older, but wiser. I know I am. And there you go.
Oh, just pick me up off the floor, right? Carol Bayer Sager and Melissa Manchester wrote that song. You may know her from Don't Cry Out Loud. You may know her from Ice Castles. Well, Melissa Manchester will be here probably next month. So hold on to your hat because she'll be back. And who knows what she'll sing for us next time. Oh, one of my favorite songs, Christine. Just put me to bed. And I also love, please don't let this feeling end. It's everything I am, everything I want to be. Well, David wants to know, where's Boy George? Good question, David. Boy George had to reschedule. So Boy George was supposed to do a press junket today, actually, and it's been moved to next week. So let's hope he doesn't cancel completely, and we get to have Boy George on. He's an icon. He's a legend. So we hope they had some scheduling issues, and I hope to see Boy George on in the future. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers. Yes, she's got such a beautiful voice. She's an amazing singer. You know who else is an amazing singer and has a beautiful voice? And I love, love, love her. And she's going to, well, we should start. Yes, Boy George. Watch the Roundtable. Yes, it's a party here. We are where it's at. Next week, MJ Harris is here and Jimbo from Drag Race. So before I lose you to whatever else is going on, make sure you get your show next week. Jimbo won All Stars and Drag Race, and MJ Harris of the Get In Here Instagram this. Yes, and Boy George and Melissa Manchester will be on soon, and so many more amazing acts and artists will be on soon, including Rupert Holmes, who wrote the Pina Colada song and Escape and all of that. So let's do Miss Robbie first. Miss Robbie was only a few minutes. We had a little computer, just watch. Let me tell you, I have never been more excited, and the people in my life have never been more excited. My in-laws are in Detroit, and my Aunt Maureen and her 3 daughters, Deidre and Dia, and they are the biggest fans of Sweetie. They started their own catering company because of Miss Robbie, called Jamaican Soul, because the way she throws down in the kitchen. And they were fanned out. I've never been more involved in my family, have been more excited than to have Miss Robbie here. And when I tell you she has a new song where she's the boss lady with a video, hey, there's no hate, and she's the boss lady. Miss Robbie is here. Yes, welcome to the show.
Yes. Hello.
Can you hear me? I can hear you, and I can see you, and you are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much.
I am such a fan. The song is out. It has almost 100,000 streams on YouTube. It's blowing up the charts. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. I am so happy and excited for it blowing up the charts. I hope it keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Boss Lady is out right now. And after watching the video, all I thought was, I want to go shopping with you. I want to be dripping in Gucci.
Robert, you'll get in trouble if you shop with me.
I heard a rumor that when you go to a city, you say, take me to that fancy mall. You love to go to the store.
I love shopping. I need money. But I love to shop. I make it work. I tell you that.
Well, your career as a singer goes back with some of the most iconic voices literally in the world. If it's Ike and Tina Turner, if it's Streisand, if it's the Stones, if it's Stevie Wonder, when did you start singing?
Well, I sang from 15 years old. We were a doo-wop group I grew up in the project. We were a doo-wop group singing under the lamp post. And from there, I got a job as a member of a group, about 4 or 5 groups. Then decided to go with Ike and Tina. And that started all the background singing and things like that.
I read that you called working with Ike and Tina like going to school. Like they made you work. You learned how to perform with that group.
We called it Turner University. If you went to Turner University, you came out with the education.
I don't think any gym workout will ever compete to what you all used to have to do on stage with them.
Right, but Robert, at that time it was just fun. I mean, we were young and we could do all that stuff, but now it's definitely a workout. But I tell everybody I got one tail feather left and I can still shake it.
Hey!
I got one feather.
What about people like Stevie Wonder and Streisand and the Stones? Do you ever you're in the supermarket and you hear music that you're singing background on?
A couple of times, yeah, and I'm like oh, there's about the tail, so you just have to get the song I sang on. Yeah.
I love it. It's amazing. While you're listening to us, make sure you stream Boss Lady wherever music is heard and follow Miss Robbie on Instagram at Miss Robbie Sweetie Pie on IG so you can stay up to date, because the rumor is there's an album. We have an album coming out?
There's an album. We're working on an album, opening a new restaurant. I'm becoming a developer. I'm trying to develop an area. I got a lot of things, going to do my skincare line. So I got a lot of things. All I need to do is live.
Well, we're not. You're not going anywhere, Miss Robbie. You got a lot of work left.
I'm claiming 104 at least.
Let's go. Yes,
that's fine.
So home in St. Louis, a new restaurant in St. Louis, and rebuilding the area of St. Louis. How important is it, the community of St. Louis, to give it new housing, new restaurants, new business, that you're a part of redeveloping this great city?
It's very important. I mean, they're trying to build St. Louis back up. When I was younger, this area that I'm trying to redevelop had nothing but business, and people lived on top of the business. So I'm trying to bring that back a little bit, build housing, bring other business, Sweetie Pies. We got an event center. So we're just trying to bring St. Louis back up. At one time, St. Louis was the home of the blues, and we're trying to do that again.
Well, I'm here for it. And your blues album, when it comes out, we'll be streaming it over here in Jersey. I promise you that much. That's for sure.
Thank you, darling. Thank you so much, Robert.
Miss Robbie, I have to talk to you about this. You went through a medical crisis, which really led you to the kitchen.
Yes.
How did food become a big part of your life? What, from singing to the kitchen?
Well, my mom was an excellent cook. She had 9 kids. I was the oldest. And she kind of taught me, but when we were on the road with Ike and Tina, everything was segregated. So when we would get the opportunity to cook, we had a hot plate with 2 burners and an electric skillet. And if we got the kitchenette, they had a little kitchen, we would prepare food. So I had the most experience. My mama had more kids than anybody. So I knew how to cook. So we would cook. And so when I got a health problem and decided I have to stop singing, I'm like, well, everybody seems to like my food, so I'm going to try that. And in fact, in the high school, I took up, we called it commercial cooking back there. Now it's culinary, but back in the days, it was called commercial cooking. And so I did that in high school. So I resorted to that between the two, my mom's recipes and my traveling on the road, tasting all these different foods. Kind of put them together and open up Sweetie Pies.
And that's it. And look, I stole some pictures off the internet. Come on, Miss Robbie, I want this mac and cheese and this peach cobbler, and I want all of the goodness that I can barely boil water, Miss Robbie.
Oh, well, I have to teach you. And then plus Miss Robbie's got a cookbook out. And if you call me up, I'll help you with anything you need to cook.
Listen, seriously, I'm getting married next year, and my partner is in Detroit, and Detroit, they throw down there in the kitchen too.
Yes, they do. They do. But St. Louis, you got to come try our cooking and sweetie pies.
All
And
right,
I'll treat you.
that's a promise. I told the story beforehand about my aunt, my Auntie Maureen, that started. You really did inspire her to start her own business. You must hear from women, especially it's Black History Month, women of color, women who have become their own bosses. You inspire a whole generation of entrepreneurs out there.
And that's an honor. People tell me all the time, I haven't had this since my grandmother. And I'll say, but did you get the recipe? And most of them don't. So that's me trying to keep soul food living, keep that brand going on, because there's nothing like a home cooked meal. Now you can cut back on the butter, but I use lots of butter and sugar as sweetie pies.
I'm gonna come to St. Louis. I'm in. So in the meantime, we could get our share of you with the song and with the upcoming album.
Yes.
What was it like when you stepped back in the recording studio to do this song?
Well, it was kind of difficult at first because at one time I had to have surgery on my vocal cords. So I'm still kind of struggling with that, but I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I don't care how it sounds. I'm just going to do the best I can. And it turned out pretty good. I'm kind of proud of it. I love it.
Think it sounds beautiful. You're up there
Yes.
singing up in the heavens. You're belting and singing and giving us great vocals and a great message. When this song came to you, the message of the song about positive vibes only, about being in charge of your own life, about taking control of and overcoming adversity, you are preaching really for all of us.
I'm just telling it like it is. I mean, these are things that I've experienced. And this is a woman song because I'm a boss lady. But I mean, it was all the things I experienced trying to do my business, trying to, a lot of things I did, even as a singer that I didn't want to, but I had to do it. And so look at me now. So that's the message. Look at me now. I can do what I want to do when I want to.
Yes,
So
listen, you got to watch the video just for the Bentley and the clothes. And
Yes.
she is bringing looks and hair and makeup and all in this video. You did not miss an inch of something fabulous.
Thank you, Robert.
You talk about skincare line. Your skin is stunning and gorgeous. So what is the secret? What do we do?
Well, we're going to put the secret in the skincare line, but I tell everybody chicken grease. Rub that chicken grease. You have to fry a lot of chicken to look like this.
Listen, this skin cracks over here. So I need all the help.
I have to give you some of my chicken grease to help you out.
We've only just begun. The next chapter is right around the corner. So
Yes, it is.
New
I tell
music.
everybody, all you need is another day to live, and you can pursue any dream that you want, and you can make it happen. It's your dream. You dreaming it, make it happen.
Well, from my family to you and to my extended family out there in the Midwest, we love you. We root for you. We cheer for you. We are such fans of what you do.
Thank you so much, Robert. We love you too. Thank you, and God bless you.
How cute is she? She's a cutie pie. She's a sweetie pie. Clarence likes food too. Clarence, I loved her. I think yes. I love chicken too, David. Come on, Miss Robbie's to the round table. Sit yourself down, Miss Robbie. Well, her album is out. Her song is out. It's so cute. Make sure you stream it, listen to it, and watch the video because she only wears Gucci. Gucci's jacket, Gucci clothes, Gucci everything. So our next guest has the Guinness Book World Record for the longest note. She is a sweetie pie. She is a full-blown sweetie pie. Our next guest holds the record for the longest note ever held on recorded music. She's a Hollywood Walk of Fame. She's won a Tony Award. She's coming back to 54 Below in March with a brand new show, 2 nights, dressed by David Joseph, singing her face. I'm going to try to hold the note the whole time this interview runs. Melba Moore is at the round table. Are you ready? Well, during the pandemic, we had a show called Quarantine Cabaret and Cocktails, and one of my favorite guests out of the 100 of guests we've had was the one and only Miss Melba Moore. It was an iconic moment. She told me that she looks good because of Jesus, which is the truth for all of us, and that I'm going to find her walking along River Road. And some days I do see her and the Acme in Edgewater, but I leave her alone because I'm not trying to bother Miss Moore out in these streets. Everyone, she is a legend. She has the record for the longest note. And if you want to hear it, you can get from here to Seaside Heights, New Jersey and back. And she's still holding that note. Melba Moore is a legend, legend, legend. Welcome back to the show.
Let me get in the camera.
You look,
Thank you.
it is such an honor to talk to you.
So you see me in the Acme?
I do. And you have a car come and pick you. You are so elegant and
Elegant?
yes. I think it doesn't matter if you have a hat and Uggs and you're there and the car picks you up. I'm not bothering Miss Melba Moore out in the
What I
streets.
was wearing, okay? They won't think I was elegant. Oh my God.
Well, you've had quite a year.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But you know what? It's 2024 right now, right? That's supposed to be the year of the open door. So I'm scared about how good it's going to be.
Well, I'm here for it. I'm so ready for it. And
Not just for me, for you too.
Thank you, Miss Moore. I'm ready. I'm here ready for it. I want to tell everyone before we get started that you need to grab your tickets March 15th and 16th, 7 o'clock for both shows. The marvelous Melba Moore from Broadway with Love at 54 Below, which is the place to see a show in New York City, the most beautiful place to see a show. 2 nights. So what are we going to get when we come see you? We're going to get maybe a little Pearly, maybe a little Hair, maybe a little You Stepped Into My Life. And I'm oh so happy. What are we going to get?
You're going to get what I hope you want to hear, yes. But we're going to try to focus primarily on Broadway things. It's things that I never really get the chance to do because my career's been so focused in all the dance hits I've had. So I want to do something from Les Mis.
Yes.
I never get to do that. Try to think. I never get to do songs from Timbuktu, like Stranger in Paradise. When's the last time you heard that one even mentioned?
Yeah, and Timbuktu was a very historic musical.
Yes.
And we've had some of your co-stars on this show.
Yeah.
I think Oba and people that have.
Oba?
Yes.
He knows I love him.
Yes. And he talked about doing Timbuktu and being in the show and mentioning you.
Oba's become a big movie star and everything now.
He is a actor. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, people know you from I'm singing the disco hits and the dance hits and the R&B hits, but going back, Pearly, there's the Tony Award for Pearly. Yes, and love, love, love that song and that video. If you have not seen it, go find it on YouTube. You sitting in that chair, belting your face off. How old were you when you booked that gig?
Can't tell because then you know how old I am now. We lie.
I hear you.
But I was very young.
Yes.
I was in my 20s.
And this last year was 55 years since Hair. And you became the first African-American actress in a Broadway production to take over a leading role from a white actress. You took over for Diane Keaton.
Yeah. And Diane Keaton ain't just any old actress, okay?
She acts her face off. How did the transition go for you from Broadway to recording music? Was it always the dream? Was there a moment where it changed for you? How did that transition happen?
Well, I've always been in music. I come from a musical family, and it was my dream to become a recording artist. And I got started as a backup singer for other artists. But one of the recording sessions was for Galt McDermott, who wrote the music for Hair. And so that's how that transition was made. I didn't even know how to audition, but I got in it. And once I got in and they started teaching me how to act, at least at what I was doing, I wound up replacing Diane Keaton. And from there, I didn't even have an agent yet. One of the girls in the chorus told me, she said, Melba, at least go make the round. I'll tell you where to go to make the rounds because you don't even know how to audition. Start doing that while you're on Broadway. So that's how I got Pearly.
Oh my, with just walking in, no agent, singing with that voice.
Yeah.
Tony Awards, Broadway Awards, and then Platinum Records.
Right.
awards and all of that, and a career that has.
I guess the question answered properly is that then after I got the opportunity to be a solo artist as in recording offers, I really kind of basically went back to music.
Yeah. And banger hits and dance classics. And this album is, we were talking about Long Notes, the other side of the rainbow album. And one day we do a little live in Instagram, and you popped in a while ago, and I said, Miss Moore, we were listening to you in my musical theater class about breath control, and you said, and I could hold that note even longer now. Yes. Have you always been able to hold a note and hold the record for the longest?
No, I haven't. It all came from having a small, weak, low voice, but I wanted so bad to sing, like Aretha Franklin or somebody, and just practicing and singing harder and harder, and just working, getting, and swimming and working out and taking dance classes and actually building it up and keep trying and until it one day it popped out and went like it sounded like I was throwing it. And the reason I know it was me because nobody else was in the room, but then I hit it again because it sounded like it was coming from across the room. And from that day forward, I practiced to learn what happened, what made it happen. And now I know how to do it all the time. But I know I have to take care of the body and the spirit and the whole thing so that it's stronger than it was.
Yes. Well, when we hear you sing, and you have a new single that's out that you can be streaming right now, It Seems to Hang On, which is out now wherever you listen to music. Your whole anthology of music is available. So stream Melba Moore wherever music is heard, the classics, the new stuff, and everything, and then buy your tickets to see the show, 54below.org. And you've been on the road. You've been in DC. You've been around the country doing your concerts. What's it like when you get on stage and you take people back to a different time, or you sing a song that they haven't heard for a while, and this audience gets up and is singing these songs right back to you?
Well, there's that, but there's another whole new element because some of the places I've gone, they've changed their marketing. And so they're really kind of drawing in tourists. I'm seeing people coming in from other countries. And so they don't really know who you are. They're just going to try to find out what's going on in the city that they're in, or what, in this particular instance at Washington, the last place that I was in. And so they don't know. So what I'm learning is that it's one thing for them to sing all of the songs that they've heard over and over and over and over. But what I discovered, there's a couple of songs that allow me to do what only I can do. And they're not my hit records. They're not on any of my hit records, I don't think. So there's a couple of those songs I put into the show, and then everybody comes away saying, even kids who can't speak the English, said, you are amazing. You are amazing. You are amazing. I said, well, thank you. I'll keep those songs in the show.
That builds it.
Because what I'm saying is you have a recording career, and you would think that would be the whole basis for which somebody is appreciating you. And I'm saying, with the way that my songs are, and we do really, really, really good performances, they don't do what some of the other songs do. They just show this is a human voice and this is live artistry. It's not just entertainment, it's something special. So I'm finding that out.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're in for, I am sure. I'll be at 54 Below. I love 54 Below.
I got something for you.
I am ready. I know you're gonna come ready.
I'll try.
When we talk about a year since the pandemic, we could start with Club Quarantine and DJ Nice. I mean, and you going on the road and doing 20,000 people, millions of people listening to your music, him spinning your records.
Yeah.
What is it like when you when that all exploded?
Well, I had a couple of interviews with Dee, and I'm overwhelmed sometimes with the graciousness that some people can have, like him. And I was kind of, I don't know, miffed at what should I be saying? What should I be doing? I don't really have the dialogue together in my head of what's going on here. But what you're witnessing is a transition of the planet and people. Mm. And here's someone who, because there's no way you would know, who has brought you along with it and kept you alive and relevant. And I'm looking around and okay, the whole audience has changed. I said, oh, and I'm trying to think, okay, what do they hear and see? And they tell me, I said, my mom liked you, my love, my mother loved you. I'm saying, am I that old already? He said, yes, honey, yes, you are. And the alternative is to be dead. So, so be glad.
That's 100% right.
It's startling in some ways.
It is because the talent lasts forever. It's eternal, and you are as talented as they come. And we all a big debt of gratitude to the work and the pioneership and the effort that you put out to us all artists. Newark is very near and dear to my heart. I am a teacher at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. I teach musical theater. Hence, when we listen to your voice and we talk about breath control and artistry. And Newark got a special street and a special place in your heart as well. What was it like to go to Melba Moore Plaza and see your name be up there and be a part of the community now forever?
Once again, Newark is so beloved to me because it was my second home. I was born and started my life in New York City, but it was in Newark where my mother was a single parent. So now I have a father. I have the first community that you have when you come into this world, a family. And so I've always tried to, I don't live in Newark anymore, but I always do things to come back there and keep my roots there so that I don't lose my family sense. Because yes. I know it's very easy to remember what it was like before I had a family. I don't really want to wind up being that person because you're not complete. Right. And I always want to let the people and the culture in Newark and the educational system in Newark know how much I appreciate them and that I want to, I believe I will stay relevant if I stay plugged into them. So Newark is just so special to me. But I never thought they were going to name a street after me or anything like that. I wasn't thinking about that. I just wanted to keep, my community service and connection with the church and with the educational system alive and working. But it turned into this once again. But I think that's typical of you. You do good and stuff in your life, it comes back to you. That's what I think.
Absolutely. I agree. And I love, I'm a Bergen County, grew up in Fort Lee, but Newark is the artistic center really of the state. And the people there, my students there that are from that city are the future. They're bright, shining lights. I can't wait to see what they do. The next generation. Yes. Thanks to people like you.
Well, and people that came before me, Sarah Vaughan is from there, and you probably know all of that.
No, but she sure is, and the litany of performers.
And Wayne Shorter,
mm-hmm. Jazz
genius is ridiculous, and I won't even begin to try to mention the many people who have come out of Newark.
Yes, stars.
It's a cultural just haven.
Yes, and you also
Dionne Warwick,
Sissy Houston, Whitney, all of
the. Go on and on and on if it came to your mind.
You received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. David Joseph, who is a friend of ours, both of ours, we love David. Dresses you down. This is what dresses her down. I love when he gives you a nice gown with a cape and the drama and the beauty of all of it. But your suit at the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
David did that. He did that. Okay.
Ooh, this suit.
Okay.
It's
popping out there, but it's not brash or anything.
No. What a moment. Firstly, Lunel is a friend to the show.
Oh, Lunel for real?
I do. And she came here to tell us that she booked Borat because she sucked the director's finger. I said, oh God. Frida Payne is a friend to the show.
Okay. Frida, another special lady.
And that lineup, you add Cat Williams, who, just broke the internet this week.
That is ridiculous. And how did I get to be a part of that?
Well, because you're Melba Moore.
No, but
Yeah.
I'm going to accept that.
You're Melba Moore. That's it. And I know that group of people, along with Cheryl Lee Ralph and all the people that sent their well wishes to you because of the career you had, that star is long overdue. And I'm sure when they lift that star up and you see your name there amongst all of the others, that's it. That's it.
And what it is, I don't know if I could describe it. It's going to take me a few years, I think, to go back and visit and be there and see what actually has happened to me.
I'm ready to go. If I'm in LA, I'll bring some Windex and make sure I take good care of it.
Okay, keep it clean.
I mean, it couldn't happen to someone more deserving,
Thank
for
you.
sure. Oh, and yes, I do know Lunel, and I
mean, because Lunel is a piece of work, but I don't know if people know the heart that she has. She's so busy cussing, you might not know.
She was very gracious to be on this show with me, and I was a big fan, and then invited me to her shows, and she's the real deal. Yeah. Somewhere around the world, please.
She would call me just out of the blue, just for encouragement, different things, you know, for no particular reason, just to let me know that's how she feels about me, and that's what it lets me know is this is the kind of person that she is, that she cares like that.
Well, we care about the voice, the talent, and you. And at some point, all around the world on VH1 or some channel, the Fighting Temptations is playing at some moment.
I just want to know one thing: do you like my hat?
I love this. Come on. I mean, you look at this. You got Cuba, you have Rue McClanahan, you have Beyonce, you have Melba Moore. What
a group, right?
What a group!
I love that movie.
When you're flipping through the channels and you see it on, people must come up to you all the time and say, "Oh,
yeah." People of all backgrounds and all ages, they love that movie because it's just so complete, you know. And still, we give honor to the church. I think sometimes when they make fun of the church, it can be tasteless, but I don't think that was the case. No. And all the different kinds of genres of music that are there, that are expressed so powerfully and beautifully. And I said, "Excuse me, I'm gonna walk down the hallway here with Miss Beyonce." Okay.
Yes, you did. Well, what I find so fascinating when you talk about different various music, you've sung gospel, and I know church is important to you, and your spiritual life is important to you. You've been nominated for a rock Grammy. Right. You know, your rendition of "Lift Every Voice and Sing," which is the official Black national anthem, was the only time it was ever charted as a hit, and that song came out and was added to the Library of Congress. Then you talk about Broadway, then you talk about dance, then you talk about R&B, then you talk about love songs, you talk about up-tempo. You really have a catalog, an encyclopedia of styles of music. Do you just wake up and say, today I want to record a rock record? Do you say, I want to sing a ballad? How do you pick the material, or does the material pick you?
People bring material to me, and I listen and see and feel what. And sometimes they want me to do things that maybe I can do, but I know they're not going to be appropriate. And I think when you have the ability to do a variety of styles, you have to kind of know what fits where and what doesn't. So somebody will say, "Sing that high note." No, that don't fit right there. I'll have to say that. But I don't write music, so I have to really depend on people who are talented at that. So I get a lot of wonderful creative people bringing me things.
Yes. And you're also, aside from the artistic life, you've really dedicated your life to a life of service. You've been an activist. We talked about Lift Every Voice and Sing. You were an activist when it was not cool to be an activist. You have the President Biden Lifetime Achievement Award for your career. You have the Volunteer Service Award for the activism and work that you've done in this career. How important is artistry and activism, and how do they go together?
It's everything. I think the not-for-profit size of most huge companies are the real power side, because that's where you have an opportunity to make a difference, not just do what you're popular at or what you're successful at. You have an opportunity to bring somebody else aboard or salute someone else. And that's the real power, I think. And that's why they do so well. Yeah, I think that's why I do well.
Yes. Well, while we're talking to you, make sure you follow, Miss Moore over on Instagram and go to 54below.org and get your tickets. I'm sure the show's they're gonna sell out in a hot second. And make sure you stream the music as well. You have many friends in this business, many pioneers in this business that you have worked with and have come up with. And when you get together, I can only imagine the stories you all have. And the walk that you've walked and the fight that you fought and for equality and for women and all the things that you fought in this. when you're sitting down and taking a moment, how is it to look back? Does it feel surreal? Does it feel just like life? It must be amazing.
I feel like it's amazing because my life is so diverse and my career's been so diverse. I get to walk in these different paths, and each one has its own fingerprint. And depending on who you're with, you get that perspective. And then I come home and say the same thing every time, but I mean something different each time. That was amazing.
Yes, that's right. That's what I'm saying. That's what it's got to feel like. Well, like
and truly and honestly, you're not just, hyping or trying to make things work out or whatever. You just don't quite get how fabulous it is each time.
Yeah. Well, you always have such a grace and humility about when you talk about your career and getting to talk to you, because you are eternal. To me, you're an artist. Like, you are eternally an artist. You're excited to get to perform and sing and to create art, and it shines through when we get to talk. So that means when I see you at the Acme next time, I'm gonna just start singing and dancing. You told me,
just come up, show me your face. I know it's you, and just give me a hug.
That's it. I'm not gonna say because you
I
told
won't let no other man touch me.
You told me that I'm gonna see you, hiking and jogging down the street, up the street, and you stay young.
If you know River Road, you know the walkway up to Kennedy Boulevard. That's where I walk. That's how come I got these pretty legs. Okay.
You walk up the walkway to Kennedy Boulevard?
Yeah. That ain't a joke.
I'm a teacher in North Bergen at Horseman on 74th Street. I teach 5th grade in real life. And one day I'm going to drive home and I'm going to see you walking up to Kennedy Boulevard.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of different people that I've run into over the years living in this area. They know me now. And they say, "Oh, how you doing this morning?" I said, "You walking the walk too?" "Yes, baby. We walk the walk. We don't just talk the talk."
Well, I'm telling you, Jesus is still doing well by you because you don't age. You look gorgeous as always. I'm obsessed with your earrings. They're gorgeous. And I can't wait to see what you have on and what you do at 54 Below this March.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm trying to convince David to go into men's clothes. I want him to make me a suit. He won't do it.
He won't do it. Does he do any men's clothes?
No, he won't do men's clothes.
That's what I thought. I don't think he does men's clothes.
No,
I know he's a man and everything, but he probably don't know how.
Well, when we're done talking, I'm going to the gym at the Fitness Factory in Edgewater, right? And I'll be listening to you, and we'll be stepping on that Stairmaster right to your music. I'm always honored to talk to you. I'm so excited for New York. If you are anywhere, follow Miss Melba Moore on all the social media, if it's Facebook, if it's Instagram, so you can stay up to date because she's on the road. She's doing concerts, and you need to stay up to it and listen to the new music. Make sure you stream the music wherever it's heard and grab your tickets for March at 54below.org. It's always an honor and pleasure to speak to you, Miss Moore. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. I've loved it. Thank you.
I'm still holding it the whole 30 minutes. I love Melba. Her show's going to be amazing. David Joseph. Hi, David. I love you. You're an amazing designer. He designs Melba Moore, an icon. March. Check it out. Me. June. Robbie Roselle. May. 54 Below, y'all. You better get yourselves together. Save your money. Next week, get the F out your own way. MJ Harris, get in here. He will be here. I love this book. I love letting go of the that hold you back. We all have stuff holding us back. Get here next week. Plus Jimbo. I was sick all week. Plus Jimbo. Jimbo won RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. Jimbo is a trip. Y'all better hang on tight. Plus my mom's birthday. All here, February 22nd, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, live. Boy George will be here eventually, and Melissa Manchester will be here eventually, and Rupert Holmes of Do You Like Pina Coladas? He'll be here too, and the cast of The Outsiders coming to Broadway, and so much more right here, always here on the Roundtable. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your time and your night with me. It means so much to me every single time that I get to spend it with you. Never take that for granted. If you like me, follow me at Robert Bannon or you can go to robertbannon.com. Hope to see you again real soon. There's more love. Oh, it's been a week. Shout out to Kansas City. Love to Kansas City. Love to this world, this country, us people here together. Let's just be a little love, a little light, a little happiness, and a little joy. Spread it out there amongst the world. And I'll look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye, everybody. The best is yet to come.